see today. Mr. Campbell, how are you? Good to see you. I'm excited to be here. It has been an incredible day. There is excitement from Fort Lewis to Fort Morgan. My name is Gardner. I represent the 4th Congressional District, Colorado. I grew up in a little tiny town called Yuma, Colorado. Now that's incredible that you know where it is, because most of the time I have to explain to people it's out between Otis and Eckley on the Eastern Plains. Or the place that goes by on the bottom of the television screen, tornado coming, take cover. But the fact is, Colorado, we're going to win for this country November 6th. The past 4 years have been defined by bailouts, cop-outs, and handouts. Are we going to let that happen again? Are we going to put somebody in the White House like Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan who understand what it takes to create jobs? To get this economy moving again? To make sure our children and grandchildren have a brighter future? In our little town, if you go down to 2nd Avenue and Main Street, there's a little chunk of concrete. It says J.A.S. Gardner and Son, 1910. It's the place where my family started the family business over 100 years ago. And every evening when we take a walk with our family, our kids, and we go by that, we wonder whether or not our children's children will have the opportunity that my great-great-grandfather did to start that business on that corner in Yuma, Colorado. Because if we continue to head down the direction that we are going, with higher taxes, more regulations, more government, a president who thinks if you have a small business, you didn't build it, the answer will be no. And that's why we, in Durango, Colorado, and southwestern Colorado, all throughout this state, we will make sure that we send the right people to the White House who know what it takes to create jobs, who know what it takes to make sure that we get this economy moving again and hiring again. And in western Colorado, you've got a truly great member of Congress. A gentleman by the name of Scott Tipton, and I am honored to serve with Scott Tipton. Let me tell you a little story about Scott Tipton. When people in the U.S. Senate, when people in the United States House of Representatives want somebody who's an expert, who's an authority on Western issues, Western land resource issues, Western water issues, they seek out Scott Tipton. Because he is a true leader. He is a good man. He is a great member of Congress. And I am honored to now introduce Scott Tipton, your member of Congress. Please help me welcome Scott Tipton.
Southwest Colorado, are you ready to win an election? You know, as you well know, this goes far beyond politics. This is about the future of our country. This is truly about the future of our country. Standing in college that the first member of my family be able to go to school and get a BA, graduated from. You know, my father was born just up the road in Bayfield, Colorado. Go Bayfield. You know, that was a time when they didn't have electricity. They finally had the REA run the lights up to Bayfield. Still have a kerosene lamp that my father studied by. He never imagined that he'd have a son that would have the privilege to be able to serve in Congress. But this is the United States of America. This is a land where dreams can come true. We just need to make sure we've got the freedom to be able to exercise that right. You know, as many of you know, I just grew up over the hill, Cortez, Colorado. Small town guy, but I grew up here in the 3rd Congressional District. During the period of time that I've had the privilege to be able to represent you in Congress, we've held 52 town hall meetings throughout the 3rd Congressional District. And the message is the same. From Pueblo to Durango to Cortez to Grand Junction to Craig, Colorado. This is about jobs, it is about the economy, It's about the future of this country. I'm looking at a lot of young people right now. You know, and I think Mr. Romney had it exactly right just a couple of weeks ago during that debate. When we're looking at that national debt clock that has exceeded $16 trillion, this is not strictly an economic issue. This is indeed a moral issue for the future of this country. You know, a brand new baby born this morning here in Durango, Colorado, owns better than $51,000 as their portion of the national debt. Isn't it about time that we have a president and a vice president who are going to be approaching government from the standpoint of not bigger government, not higher taxes, not more regulation, but they're approaching it with those Colorado common sense values that small business people and people around their kitchen tables this morning probably exercised. If you see a problem, if it's broken, fix it. If it doesn't work, stop doing it and don't spend more than you take in. Those are good common sense Colorado values. It's a great privilege to be able to represent you in our nation's capital. This is the time for Americans to rise. I'll never forget the story I had just a few months ago in Craig, Colorado. I'd met a gentleman born in 1924, lived through the Great Depression, fought in World War II. We were talking about the circumstances of our time. That greatest generation met the challenges that they faced. He said, this is the challenge now of our time. The question is, will we rise to be able to meet that challenge? You bet we will. We are the United States of America. With your help, with your support, we are going to bring home a victory, not for a Republican or a Democrat in these elections, but with your vote and your support for Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, we're going to bring home a victory for America. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my high privilege to be able to introduce a man that I've had the opportunity to be able to work with. Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States of America. Can you imagine being John Boehner? You're sitting at a table in the morning and you're looking across into the eyes of Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and Barack Obama. The bottom line is, you know you are the firewall. Well, this is a man who has stood the test of courage. He has fought for common sense values in this country. You know, I have to tell you what I like about John Boehner. It comes from my roots, just like yours. Small business guy. He's actually had dirt under his fingernails. He has not been a career politician all of his life, but he's somebody that understands that we can build on that future for America. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and high honor to be able to introduce to you the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, the Honorable John Boehner.